Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love, mercy, and compassion of God, the Word of God that inspires us every day and offers us opportunity to look at ourselves. And I invite you to share this looking at oneself also with others so that others also take advantage of it, and ask your friends and families and groups to subscribe to the channel so that we reach more people. Thank you very much. Today, on the 9th of March, the Church remembers Saint Francis of Rome. Saint Francis of Rome, a woman born in a noble family, in a rich family in Rome in 1384, and she died in 1440. So didn't live very long, only about 56 years of her life. She, right from the beginning as a child, wanted to be a nun and spend her time in prayer. But her father, at the age of 12 or 13 in those days, got her married to another noble man who was also a rich man. So anyway, though she reluctantly got married, but she spent 40 years of her married life with this man and, of course, bore children. And she always had an inclination to pray. Like I know some married people, particularly women, they are so inclined to spend their time in prayer. Many women, I'm saying, not all, because, many women are also interested in other things. But one special thing about Frances von Rome was that while she was drawn to prayer and spirituality, she also never neglected her duties towards her family. And she was always pulled between these two poles, one side God and the other side family. And then she seems to have said once that leave God at the altar and find Him in your duties at home. Beautiful. Leave God at the altar and find Him in your duties of the family or at home. So she balanced this duty of her home and family so well that she was finally made a saint. Of course, she did a lot for the poor, and also when people were sick, there was plague, she was very helpful. She also founded Oblates of Mary for women, because there are Oblates of Mary Immaculate for men and others, but she founded it for women, basically to do also this thing for the poor, and of course had great devotion to Mary. So one can learn a lot from Francis of Rome. There are other Francis like Francis de Chantal from France, who was the contemporary of Francis de Sales. So that's another Francis. So there are always possibilities that despite being married or involved in your duties, household duties or other duties, you can still pursue your spiritual life. And both in the first reading and in the gospel, we find, particularly in the gospel, Jesus said, a prophet is not accepted in his own country. And then he gives them an example of Naaman the Syrian, who was a leper, who was a great successful army man in the army of the king of Aram at that time, but was suffering from leprosy. And the servant girl of his wife told, why don't you send him to one of the prophets of Israel who can cure him? And then finally, it's a long story, you can read it in the first reading, and he comes, and when the prophet Elijah tells him to go and bathe himself 7 times in the Jordan, he was a bit upset, but then he was persuaded to go and bathe himself 7 times in the Jordan, and when he did, his body became clean and his skin became as soft and beautiful as that of a child. And then he went and praised God of Israel, etc. God of Israel at that time, not the way what Israel is doing now, especially also in the name of God and in the name of Jewish kingdom or Jewish country or Jewish nation. What they are doing is utterly, utterly despicable, attacking Gaza, Palestine, now gone and attacked Iran. They're doing shameful things. Let us not be proud of this current Israel. But that time, the God of Israel was different. And Jesus very pathetically says that the prophet is not accepted in his own country. Sometimes I too feel that I am doing so much of hard work to proclaim the word of God, but not many people are interested in watching these videos, or I'm not looking for appreciation, but at least I want to reach more people, and maybe you can help in that, so that I feel that yes, maybe a prophet is not accepted in his own country among his own people. Maybe it will reach some other people. And my dear friends, if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.